I've attempted to self-produce 5 ski films. Here's a breakdown on how much that cost me and how much I've made from doing it. So here you can see the breakdown, kind of the first 5 films that I've done. 3 of these are live and 2 of these are still on hard drives. First off, we have gas. Most of these areas that we travel to are not nearby where we live, and so we have to travel away. And especially on my latest film, the Lemhi Range, we're driving all the way down and all the way back up this 100-mile long mountain range. So it takes a lot of gas. Now, for the food category, it averages around $300, and for 1 to 3 weeks of filming, that's really not bad, especially since there's between 2 or 3 of us on most of these projects. And that really comes down to we're in these remote areas without access to eating out, and so most of our meals have to be homemade. So we're doing chicken, we're doing rice, we're doing beans, we're doing sandwiches, we're doing just things that you can keep in a fridge and be able to eat a week after you buy it. A little more interesting one is the required gear. You can see some of these were more expensive than others. So something like the Big Snowies, I had to buy a new microphone in order to record that. That was my first ski film, and so there was just some extra camera gear that I didn't have that I needed to make that happen. And then the Beartooth Plateau is one of the bigger ones. That was a camping trip, and I did not have a backpack that could handle the gear that we were taking, and so I had to buy a new backpack for that. Now for the fun part, how much have I actually made from this series? This series has been in the works for just about 2 years. And so I've had several sponsors that have helped, and then I've also started to make money from YouTube ad revenue. You can see all of that's totaled up to just under $3,300. And it's been pretty cool to see the YouTube ad revenue growing over the last couple of years. So we're just under $1,000 from YouTube, which is pretty cool in my opinion. I've redacted all the sponsors so I don't get in any trouble there, but those are rough numbers of what I'm actually getting from sponsors. And then we compare that to the total cost of filming the 5 episodes that I've filmed so far. And that comes out to $4,362. So still in the red there, but I can't complain too much about having most of my expenses covered for these ski trips. And so with that big number in mind, my real goal coming into this next set of projects and this next year is to find the funding to pay the people who are helping me make this. So if you've been enjoying the films and you enjoy the idea behind this project, I personally don't need your money. The way that you can help support these projects and make them happen is by heading over to YouTube, watching the films, and subscribing. This gives me leverage to talk to sponsors, and it allows me to pay the people who are helping me make these. So I'd really appreciate if you head over to YouTube and help me make more of these.